Hello everyone, welcome back to a new replay cast today. In the bottom right spawning as a red Zerg, we're going to be having liquid TLO. And in the top left spawning as the blue Terran player, it's going to be M-Curse SouL, playing on Nightshade. SouL and TLO. Now TLO is one of those players who plays a little bit tricky, of course. Lots of creative stuff. They call him the Doctor for a reason. It's because he invents new strategies, just like doctors do. SouL, on the other hand, SouL is an interesting one because SouL sometimes is very aggressive, other times extremely passive. Depends a bit how he woke up, depends a bit how he's feeling that day. But a lot of the time he's a dangerous opponent. So TLO will struggle with him most likely. As we see just a standard hatchery at home. Now for any other player that might not be that big of a deal, but for TLO a hatchery at home is already a different start than we usually see. Sometimes the hatchery is proxied on the map. Sometimes it isn't. Sometimes it's a pool first. But you're seeing a standard opener coming out of TLO is always nice, of course. Now, SouL on the other hand, just opening with standard barracks, will most likely scout after his barracks with that SCV, making sure that nothing funky is going on. Here we have it. We'll start moving across the map with the SCV. Now he could also use this SCV for some kind of eBay block. Of course, it's not as popular on a map like Nightshade, where there's two possible third bases for the Zerg. So if you eBay block one of the bases, Zerg just takes the other and can play just fine from that position. See command center coming down as well as the second depot right now for SouL, who will be revealing soon to us what he will be doing. Is it going to be a factory or a second barracks? Most of the time in this kind of game you will see a factory. Factory is the most common follow-up. TLO making sure there's no bunkers going down with this drone. Of course, always a threat with Terrans. You don't know if it is a bunker rush until, you know, you see the other side of the map, which he does see now. So he knows it's going to be a command center. SCV making sure no drone escapes this base, and Reaper will be able to deny anything else coming out of here. So no third base yet for TLO, no drone out on the map. Two things, might actually lose one of them for free, so a little bit sloppy there by TLO. We'll lose a second one for free as well. No, won't. Good micro there. But very, very close. A lot of damage being done. Not a lot of damage on this Reaper. Spots the drone, but TLO will not be able to escape with that. Now, first tumor going down immediately. SouL will try to dive it. Won't work. Will get at least a single ling in return. Might get a second one though. If he dives deep, decides to dive deep, gets 3 lings so far. So, big wins here for SouL, who's already slightly ahead. And this feels good, of course. Now, it's not a massive deal, it's only 75 minerals, but it's a good start and it shows what kind of mindset they're in. It shows that SouL is controlling his units rather well. Creep is continuing to be spread here by TLOs, getting a third queen right now on this natural hatchery. And we see Hellions being built by SouL as well as the tech lab. Most likely will be going into some kind of Banshee play. Very safe and solid opener. Couple of links being built here for TLO, probably for safety for any initial Hellion run-bys. Don't want to be losing any drones against that, so getting a couple of links for safety is always a good thing to do. Usually the moment you saturate your natural, you get something like 10 or 12 links out. Can use some of them for a run-by, or can use them to try and catch Hellions if they move too far on creep. Well, TLO being a little bit aggressive, loses another link for free. I mean, all those things individually aren't that big of a deal, but at the end of the day, you've already lost 4 links for free, right? Losing a tumor here, so good start here for SouL, I'd say. Who's going into... Ooh. It's not Banshee, instead it's going to be 6 Hellion, Liberator, into Stim. 3rd GC will go down very soon as well. Once he reaches 400 minerals, he will start walling off this part. So this is one of the most standard build orders. As SouL gets caught by these links, actually, needs to be very careful here. We'll end up losing 1 Hellion most likely. Yes, Hellion will... Oh, hello TLO. Lazy links not doing their job properly, so Hellion does escape, will most likely repair that. I mean, has 5 HP left, should definitely repair that. As the factory starts building a tech lab now, 2 more barracks are going down. Reactor being built on this starport will swap with this barrack and build most likely another reactor to get those medevacs out as soon as possible. Is there E-base yet? No, they're on the way right now. So should the gases be going down relatively soon then. Very standard opening here for SouL, who's playing against the TLO. He's playing extremely standard as well. A little bit of Liberator Harass won't do too much, as the Hellions aren't really forming much of a threat, right? There's 1 Hellion is really low already. There's good vision here for TLO. There's plenty of links. So this Liberator just by itself usually isn't quite as powerful. Usually Liberators in combination with Hellions at the front are what's the real deal. But TLO completely in control of that with a very low link count, may I add. 4 more drones are on the way. Carapace is on the way as well. And a second Evo chamber just finishes up. Where are they built? In the main base. Should be for +1. Layer's about to finish up as well. Build at the natural for TLO. So we'll be seeing fast bailing speed here. Fort base should be going down in this kind of line. Triangle into a line formation rather than going for this semi-square or whatever you'd call that. Now SouL is building tanks already. First 2 medevacs are basically out, and that's when the real action is going to kick off, right? So far it's mainly been harassment with those 6 Hellions who in a mystical way managed to stay alive. I mean, this bad boy has been at 5 HP for the past minute and a half. Hasn't been hit a single time, not by a queen, not by a ling, not by nothing. So finally flies over his third base, is taking the back third. This is very uncommon. 90% of the time we see Terrans take this forward base to make that path of rallying easier towards the front and have that back base defended by a planetary if you ever do end up taking it. This kind of indicates that SouL wants to play a longer game with less aggression involved. Probably feels comfortable in a longer game against TLO, who is known to be more of a mid-game master himself, of course. Now, big run by being set up, burrow being started as well, so wouldn't be surprised to see some bailing bombs this game. A bunch of links are running into the third base right now. Medevacs in combination with the Liberator will be heading towards the fort. Might be able to get a cancel. I mean, there's so many units here. If TLO is even half in position, he should be able to deal with all of that, honestly. There is no Overlord speed yet. There is a Dropper Lord. There's very poor Overlord spread in general by TLO, I have to admit. Almost has no vision on the map. Is blindly moving across the map now. Seems to be going for a +1 Carapace buzz. Might actually be able to do that as the first drop hits him. He also hits on the other side. Gets 2 tanks for free. Will be able to clean up this. Might lose a fort base in return. Loses a couple of drones on the other side. But Hellions do get cleaned up. I mean, he cleans up more SCVs than SouL cleans up workers. And now, all of a sudden, I mean, the main army is back. There's banelings rolling back home as well. This is looking very good for TLO here, who already has another fort base as well. It's kind of like a bait fort base to just set up that counter attack. Liberator still doing some damage, but 17 workers have gone down here. There's a lot of links on the way. I'm not a massive fan of that. I would have loved to see some extra drones in production already. There's plenty of links. There's plenty of banes on the map already. TLO is not really in dire need of units at the moment. But yet, he's building them. Liberator sieges straight into a spore, so we'll regret that. So he loses the Liberator, and now, even though TLO has been defending very well, these extra links are, I don't want to say they're putting him in an all-in position, but he will need to do some damage with these links. And if SouL is just very careful, this might be an opportunity for SouL to get back into the game. We have Liquid TLO going into 2-2 upgrades already. No infestation pit out yet. Widowmine with drilling claws on the way. TLO jumps on top of this army. Can't do it. Needs banelings here to be able to do anything, but he also needs to leave some banelings home to deal with this drop. There is 5 banelings here. I don't think that's going to be enough against a player like SouL, who is known for his solid bane targeting usually. Drop starts moving into the third base. There is a couple of banes there. SouL should be able to target these down or just pick up and fly into the main. Drones going down. TLO not paying attention here. Banes will get targeted. On the other hand, we have a big run by coming in here. Well, not a run by, this is an attack. This is basically an all-in at this point. SouL is at 58 workers against only 50 drones of TLO. TLO will be getting a 5th base, but just doesn't have the drones for it seems like. Moving in right now with a lot of links, a lot of banes. Will be able to at least force a lift here, I believe. So all of these marines will die. On the other side, we do see SouL killing this base. 49 drones remaining. 61 workers still remaining for SouL here. So a little more than 6 SCVs needs to fall on the side of SouL for TLO to be able to tie up this game. Now, there is basically no units. That's the real problem. A lot of the army is over here. These marines will be able to finish off these queens, I believe. No, I don't think they will. Moving back with the medevacs right now. A lot of mines over here. 17 workers have gone down for SouL, but this is an absolutely wild game, honestly. I'm not quite sure who's winning this or who is ahead. I want to say SouL is ahead just purely because of the economy. I mean, he has 3 orbitals, he has a good worker count, but then there's 2-2 upgrades. Is there even an armory here? Yeah, there is an armory, but there's no 2-2 yet. These 2 banelings might be able to do a lot of damage. As Widow Mines are trying to burrow, another run by over here into the 3rd base. Let's keep a close eye on these 2 banelings, which aren't being paid attention to. Oh, so in the last moment managed to find them. Might burrow these 2 banelings actually now. Yes, we'll burrow at least one. Burrows a second one. 19 workers have gone down so far. A couple of extra drones being built right now as we have a Liberator sieging up on... I guess this is the 4th base. 5th base is ready as well, so just more drones at this point would be so helpful. Mines can shoot at the units underground. I was not aware that they could shoot burrowed units. I'm gonna be real with you there. Probably means that mines can shoot other mines as well. Must be one hell of a fight. So we have a double mine drop heading out. Ooh, double? No. A triple? No, a double. Thanks for that, SouL. Make me look like an idiot. A bit of a supply drop there coming out of SouL, who stopped building SCVs. Now continued again, which I'm not sure why. He doesn't have a 4th base on the way. He's already fully saturated over here. 2-2 is on the way. Most likely will be heading into a 2-2 push with Widow Mines. TLO still only building units. So much gas in the bank as well. He is mining off of 4 gases. Oh, but he already pulled out a gas. He realized he has too much gas pulled out. Very smart play. Something you very rarely see. Realize he needs a lot more mineral income, and his mineral income actually is really high, even though his drone count is low. So we'll be able to build a lot of units here. Roaches are being constructed as well. You see the mine drop heading in. We'll be able to get big kills here. As 2 Marines try to finish up some drones. 10 drones did end up going down, and in reproduction we see 12 more roaches. So, you know, I'm not looking forward to replenishing that drone count. It seems like 3 more drones are being built right now. A lot of drones actually falling here at this 5th base. What else is happening on the map? Nothing else died here, but these Marines managed to grab it. How many workers have gone down? 37 workers killed for SouL, 34 killed for TLO, but right now the economy of SouL is looking a lot healthier. And even though the supplies are close, a lot of that is in Ravager and in Roach, which isn't very supply efficient whatsoever. 26 workers have gone down in the past minute or so. 2 more Liberators are pushing out, but at this point SouL's like, hey, wait a second, maybe I should just leave them at home. No, does decide to move out. Sensor tower sees a lot of things here. Where's the army of SouL? Oh, that's a lot of mines. If these mines get the proper connections, oh, decent sized mine hit. Get a couple of links. There's still, how many mines is there on the map? There's 15 mines on the map. A lot of them are falling right now. The Ravagers are brilliant, honestly. Doing so much work on these mines. If this overseer falls, however, there's not going to be anything to spot for them. There's a mine over here. Only gets 3 links. Liberators on the other side of the map doing a lot of damage. 1 base falls to the Marines as well. So this is extremely all in right now by TLO, who gets a couple more mines. How many banelings is left? 6 banelings left. A lot of links. 2-2 upgrades is about to finish for SouL as well, who I think might just have a little bit too much here for TLO. TLO trying to move forward, but with these Ravagers not really having enough DPS, it seems like. There is a lot of links moving in still, but the rally of SouL is just so powerful. 25 workers are remaining for TLO, and he's going to need to kill his opponent with this army. And I just don't see it happen. I just don't see it happen. He managed to break the 3rd. He managed to break the ramp, but there is no follow-up here. This is it. There's going to be 10, 20 more links coming across the map. A couple of roaches, but 2-2 is finished. We see the income is relatively even at this point still, but for how much longer will it be even? At the moment the 3rd base lands and we see a worker transfer, SouL should be able to start heavily outmining TLO here, who has lost over 50 workers this game. Couple of biles hitting target. SouL pulling ahead in worker count, pulling ahead in supply count, and could even start +3 upgrades, even though it seems like a wild play at this point. I wouldn't be surprised if he does not. Liberator goes back into harass. Where are you going? We'll be going towards the 4th base, but there's not a single drone mining there. Mines over here. Marine drop. And this is as all in as it gets. Mines hitting absolutely everything, and this will be for GG. TLO leaves the game and SouL picks up this game. Now, if you did enjoy this video, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Leave a like and comment down below as it helps me a lot. Thanks everyone for watching, and see you all next time. Bye bye.